Hey guys, Dirk here. Bitcoin just broke $25,000. That is a quarter of $100,000. This is absolutely amazing. So welcome to today's video. I want to look at a bit of the price action. I do want to give you a warning that we are starting to get a little bit extended, but I also want to look at why 2021 is going to be such an amazing year. We're going to go through some news articles. We're going to once again look at what's happening with the fundamentals, and I want to share with you an amazing holiday special offer. For those of you who are already in intelligent cryptocurrency watching this right now, just go ahead and skip this next part. If you don't want to watch it, the timestamp is below. Now, for those of you who are not yet inside intelligent cryptocurrency, it is my premium cryptocurrency membership. And as you may know, last month in November, I held a Black Friday special offer for a one-time payment of lifetime access. That offer ended. We had many people join. We're doing amazing. We've had some great calls so far. We've made a bunch of profits already on coins, newsletter coins, trades, all that kind of stuff in the members area. And after that, I put the price up to $997 per year. Now, I have had some requests for people to join. Crypto is going crazy. The world is going crazy. So, as a last time holiday special offer, I'm going to repeat that special offer once again. So it's a one-time payment for lifetime access to intelligent cryptocurrency starting today until midnight Eastern time on the 31st of December 2020. So for the rest of this year until midnight of the new year, you will be able to join for a one-time payment and get access to everything I've created in the members area and everything that I will create in future going forward without any future renewals, no upsells, no future payments, nothing. Just one time you sign up now. It's the best deal that you will get on this. And legitimately after this, I will not hold this promotion again until Black Friday next year, if I'm even going to hold it again. Because if I'm right, we're going to get an enormous cryptocurrency boom in the next 6 to 12 months. And by that time, if things have already boomed and peaked, you know, I'm probably not going to hold this offer again. So right now, you have this opportunity. Go to intelligentcryptocurrency.com. The link is in the description below. You'll be able to see all the details of what's included with the offer. You'll be able to see members' testimonials, and you'll be able to sign up. And just like always, the membership fee is completely covered by a 60-day money-back guarantee. You have no risk whatsoever, okay? So I'm so confident with what I've created that it's high quality and that I'm here to help every single day. I'm in the Discord chat groups, helping members personally with technical questions and sharing trade ideas and everything that's going on. I'm there 24 hours in a day. Not really, I need to sleep, of course, but I'm there pretty much from morning till night, and things are starting to heat up. So, you know, this is my focus. I want to help you. I want to help as many people as possible succeed with crypto. And, you know, come and join us. We've got over 200 people from all around the world invested in crypto and real estate and stocks. And we've got an amazing community here, very helpful people. And like I said, I think things are going to go absolutely nuts. Now, one of the benefits also, as part of the membership, every single month I write a newsletter that's 25 to 30 pages in length with updates, insights into what's happening in the crypto space. But also in each newsletter, I cover a project in depth that I personally hand select that I think has high potential growth. Now, for example, just in December this year, right? So this month, on the 7th, I published a newsletter. The project that I covered this month was called Theta. Okay, it's a video streaming platform on the blockchain that incentivizes people to contribute bandwidth with their own computers and in return be able to get cryptocurrency as a reward for contributing that bandwidth in the terms of T-Fuel. So, as part of the membership, I also share my own buy and sell movement. So you can see over here, basically I bought some Theta at the newsletter edition 0.6794. You can see over there, the price has doubled. Right now it's trading at $1.38, right? So the easy thing to do is when you get in a cryptocurrency trade or an altcoin and it doubles, you just remove your initial, then there's no risk to your initial capital, and the rest you can either take profits and realize that gain, or you can just continue to hold it for the hope of future appreciation with zero risk because you've already removed your initial capital, right? So that is a strategy I'm very fond of. Also T-Fuel, you can see over here, I got into T-Fuel at 0.1228 and currently it's trading at 0.0322. Right, so it's more than 100% gain. That is just from this month's newsletter already. You get one of those every single month as part of being a member. And you know, even just having put $500 into each of these picks would have already paid for the entire membership cost. That's it, right? So super easy, and like I said, covered by a 60-day money back guarantee. So this is running until December 31st. Hopefully see you inside. Come and give it a try. You're fully covered by money back guarantee, and I'm looking forward to just, you know, being able to help as many people as possible here. 2021 should be an amazing, profitable year for cryptocurrency. So really excited. So with all of that out the way, let's dive into today's content. So as you can see, Bitcoin is trading at now 24,850. It hit 25,000. You can see if I hover over there, the high was exactly 25,000 on the dot on this Coinbase chart. Now, I do want to warn you, okay, because we are starting to see the RSI indicator, the relative strength index, is starting to get to very overbought levels, as you can see over here. Now, that doesn't mean that the bull market is finished, but it does mean that in the short term, we could see a correction. And the higher it goes, the more likely it is that we are actually going to get a correction. So as you can see over here, just because this RSI is overbought does not mean it's the end of the bull market. In fact, it just kind of oscillates up here at this overbought level throughout the whole boom. This was 2017. But you can see over here, when it was overbought, we did have that correction. And although it looks like a tiny little blip on the chart like this, if you actually see the percentage, you know, it was almost a 30 to 40% drop, right? So doesn't mean we're not going to go higher. I think we're going to go higher. I think we're going to see over $100,000 per Bitcoin in the next few years. Hopefully even in 2021. I do think it's a possibility with what I'm about to show you in the news articles and the fundamentals, how that's setting up. But in the short term, we could absolutely get a 20 or 30% pullback, right? We're trading at $25,000. So a 20% pullback, $5,000 pullback to 20K is 20% pullback. That is completely possible. Now, we might still get an exhaustion blow off phase, okay? We might still go to 27, 28, 30, maybe even $32,000, just like we did over here when we had this massive run in a weekly candle from 11,400 to almost 20,000. That was here in the final phases of 2017. Now, I don't think we're in the final phases, but we could see some sort of blow off like that, okay? And that could come in the next week or next couple of weeks and really get that to blow off. But imagine if we get a pullback from 30K back to 20K, right? That's a $10,000 drop, a 33% drop. And it would not be unusual. Obviously, it would be huge, right? If you're gonna end up buying in at 30K and it drops by 30%, you're gonna freak out if you don't have a plan. That's why it's important not to FOMO in. But that would be healthy. And what I'm really looking forward to is seeing if the $20,000 level that we took so long to break, right? It almost took 12 years to break that from the start of Bitcoin when it launched in 3 Jan 2009 up till now when it broke 20K. If we can pull back and that 20K becomes now a support and we don't go below 20K, that would be super bullish in my opinion, because I think that would set the floor for Bitcoin to really level above the 20K and then start working its way up to 6 figures and beyond. But at this point in time, you know, that correction could come from anywhere. 25,000, the correction could come from here and drop to 20K. We could go a bit higher, like I said, 27, 28, maybe 30K, maybe 32K. But I think that's pretty much where it should at some point have this correction, okay? So just be very careful. If you're seeing Bitcoin here now at 25,000 and it's going higher, 27, 28, 29, be careful not to FOMO in at those levels, or at least if you do buy at those levels, be prepared for it to drop 10, 20, 30%, because that can happen, okay? Things are starting to go steep, but you know, it is always like that. You just have to be aware of that. You don't know how high it's going to go. So I just do want to warn you for that, okay? Just be aware of that. Nothing goes up forever. But at the same time, it is crypto. And if things go really nuts, you know, parabolic ascents, they can go much higher than you actually think. So let's see how it goes. But just be prepared if there is going to be some sort of pullback. And hopefully, if there is a pullback, that 20K is going to be the maximum, you know, where it's going to go down, and hopefully that's going to set as a new floor for further upside. Now, what I'm really looking forward to too is in 2021, I think we should really start to see altcoins go absolutely nuts. Bitcoin has had its run, so I've spoken about this many times before, but just like in 2017, we had Bitcoin have an enormous run, and after Bitcoin was done, the altcoins started, right? And the altcoins really outperformed Bitcoin. Now I know it feels like Bitcoin is just running and altcoins are dead. It was the same thing in 2017. Okay, I really remember this. And people who were holding altcoins, they just saw Bitcoin go up, and altcoins even go down in BTC value and even in US dollar value sometimes. And you know, for extended periods of weeks, you're feeling like, oh, I'm holding these altcoins, am I holding the wrong thing? And the people who make the biggest mistakes are right towards the end, just before it's about to reverse, is that they sell their altcoins at the bottom to buy Bitcoin at the top, and then the cycle changes because Bitcoin starts to cool off, drop back, and altcoins really start to pump. So in my opinion, patience is key. I think altcoins are going to repeat that cycle, and I think we're going to get an enormous boom in altcoins in 2021. So in my Intelligent Cryptocurrency newsletter that I write every single month for members, which by the way, you can still join now for a lifetime access fee, go to intelligentcryptocurrency.com or the link in the description below. In November's edition on November 7th, every single month I do a technical analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can see this was in November 7th, the edition over there, and Ethereum was still trading at $434. And I was saying the price action of ETH is looking very bullish, similar to 2017 before the price of ETH exploded. This seems to be a similar setup. And you can see I had the triangle consolidation over there that was looking very similar. And I drew this red squiggle over here at this point in time saying, you know, my target for Ethereum is to be hitting that $800 approximately by the end of February 2021. And I can see here, as long as the price of ETH stays above the ascending blue trend line, the direction is up. Pullbacks towards the trend line should be seen as buying opportunities, meaning the price should not drop below $360. And if you see how that's developed since November 7th, obviously that is 6 weeks since then, and you can see so far the price has perfectly followed that squiggle that I've drawn so far. And you can see things are starting to repeat. So we're at $631. I think we're still on track for hitting Ethereum $800 plus by March 1st or by 28th of Feb 2021, and it might even do it sooner than that. And that is the target that I'm seeing over here, because that is the previous peak over here. So 800, it might hit 780, something like that, but that is initially my target, and we'll have to see what happens after that. But you know, we've got 8 weeks to go approximately for that target, and so far we're pretty much on track. I mean, we've already hit 675 over here, so we're getting closer. But one thing here, and you can see this arrow is drawn here, that I do want to warn you about, is that what we've previously seen are these enormous kind of flash crashes on the market, where you can see over here the price basically in 2017, it went from $870 all the way back to $470 in the period of a week. So I'm not saying that is going to happen again, but you can see over here these big wicks, right? We've seen it a few times on the weekly where we get these enormous pullbacks, and I think at some point, maybe not now, but at some point when we get 700, 800, maybe 1,000, we can see a $300 to $400 drop in Ethereum, which is huge, 30 to 40%, possibly in a single week. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but mentally you should be prepared for that, and also take it into consideration for your trading strategy, because it is a possibility. What are you going to do? You know, if you're holding spot ETH, it's not an issue. If you don't have leverage positions, you can just hold it. If it drops, it doesn't matter. Close your eyes for a week, and maybe the price will be back after a week. You won't even know, right? But if you're trading with any sort of leverage or anything like that as part of your strategy, well, a $300 to $400 drop is just going to massively liquidate pretty much the majority of all leveraged longs. So you do want to be aware of that. That is why I say trading with any sort of leverage is completely risky. But basically, this is still on track, and I'm still thinking we're going to hit that target within the next 2 months. So not financial advice. Let's see how it goes. So far, my prediction has been very accurate. You can see I'm going to leave the squiggle here, and we're going to see how it plays out. But let's see if we're going to hit that $800 level. Now, altcoins are still way behind, but we can see how quickly this does go. Once it starts to move, it's a matter of weeks. And the price here, this is ICX. You know, I'm a big fan of ICX. I have a review of it. It's one of my favorite altcoins. I think it has enormous potential, but you can see the price action is super low. But remember what happened to the cryptocurrency lend. It looked exactly like this until it started running up, and it went to double the all-time high in the matter of a year. Okay, from late 2019, it just ran up from 0.003 to 90 cents, right? It did more than a 200x. I think we're going to see that with many more altcoins. We're going to see crazy, crazy pumps. You can see over here, Litecoin is already starting to move. So it's at $130. You see it's up nicely off those lows. Once it starts to move, you know, it can go so much higher. And a lot of these other altcoins, even though their price has been pretty much dead, you know, for the last 2-3 years, I think once they start to move, they are going to go nuts. And I think it is still just a matter of time. Once Bitcoin is done, money is going to start flowing into Ethereum, into other altcoins, and there's just going to be a pump just like 2017, maybe even bigger in the altcoins. So hopefully we are going to see that in 2021. I think the chances are there. So fingers crossed, let's wait and see. All right, so 2 more interesting charts I want to show you before we move on to some of the news headlines. This is the crypto total market cap. This includes Bitcoin, and you can see over here, this was the peak back in January 2018. It was about 765 billion. Now you can see we're very close to reaching that in all-time highs, and I know it's a little bit different. I mean, we've had coins increase in supply, we've had coins added to the total market cap and all that kind of stuff. So you know, you can't really compare the same level with the same level, but you know, approximately. And let's just take it as a chart to look at. We're almost back at this all-time high. Things are looking good. The RSI is getting to higher levels, but at the same time, you see how long it oscillates there. So once it starts moving, I think this can go a lot higher. I think we will see this market cap go over $1 trillion in this next cycle. But this includes Bitcoin. So the interesting thing to see is if you exclude Bitcoin, which means basically the altcoin market cap, you can see we're only at about 50% here. So if you see what happened to Bitcoin, right? So you can see here with Bitcoin, once it completed its rounding bottom, it hit that all-time high, it even exceeded it, right? So this is one step here with the complete crypto market cap. Rounding bottom is almost complete, and we're still not yet at that all-time high, but we're almost there, and I think we're going to exceed it. But the altcoin market cap is only at 50%, so it still has a long way to go to complete that rounding bottom and exceed it. And that is where we are going to see the massive, massive gains in altcoins. I believe it's just going to go nuts because the gains in altcoins can be so much more because the market caps are so much less, right? Bitcoin is the biggest by market cap, so for it to move takes a lot more capital. For these smaller altcoins, you know, for the market cap to move, it takes a lot less capital. So we are in for some interesting times, and I think 2021 is going to be absolutely fantastic for altcoins and cryptocurrency as a whole. So let's move on to some interesting articles and charts and things that I found that I want to share with you. So basically, this is interesting from Eric Wall over here. You can see what he's done here. Price comparison of the prices of various coins, January 2017 to 5th of January 2018. So basically in the period of a year. And the interesting thing here to note is this is the 4th year in a typical 4-year cryptocurrency market cycle, right? So we had the peak in 2013, late 2013. We had the peak in late 2017. Now add another 4 years to that, that would be late 2021. So this year, the year of 2017, in theory, could be comparable with the year 2021, which if it does repeat, that would make 2021 the year where crypto goes absolutely nuts, and so do altcoins. And just look at those increases. It's absolutely insane. Verge is at the top of this list, in my opinion, complete shitcoin. But either way, you know, it went from 0.00002 to 15 cents. That's insane. And then we had all these other ones, even BitConnect, complete scam. It was literally a scam. But even that increased from 0.17 to $400. Neo went from 14 cents to $95. Ripple went from 0.06 to $3, right? NEM 0.003 to 1.65. Stellar, you can see these gains are just insane. Even Amisa Go 0.53 to $18. Bitcoin from 963 to 16,970. Monero from $13 to 386, right? So this is pointing out the gains in that final year, in the altcoin boom of that cycle, were absolutely phenomenal. And if we get that again, hopefully we will. Obviously, there's no guarantees, but if we do, we are going to see some insane gains once again. And if you are positioned in altcoins, that could be some serious life-changing wealth from even small amounts, because you can see with these kind of ROIs, right, thousands of percents, tens of thousands of percents, you don't need a lot of money to make some life-changing money in that. So fingers crossed, guys. Hopefully this is going to be the real deal and we will get a repeat of this, and 2021 is going to make all of us holding cryptocurrencies really, really rich. Now, of course, the key is going to be to cash out. So you do want to be sure to be keeping an eye on that, to have a cash out plan, to be part of a group where other people are actively involved in this and sharing when they're cashing out and warning you to take profits and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, my Intelligent Cryptocurrency group is a perfect place to be. You know, come and join us, intelligentcryptocurrency.com, if you're not already in there. And I will be there, you know, every day. I'm going to be watching this. I'm going to do my very best to continue to warn, to take profits, take initial capital, because once things go crazy, yes, it'll go crazy and the gains are life-changing, but if you don't realize those gains and you don't take them out, it's probably going to drop 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%. Maybe even some coins will end up going to zero again. So it is super important that at some point you are going to take profits and realize your gains. You can see over here, okay, the articles are also positive, and it just seems like there are hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars that are going to be flowing into Bitcoin from institutions, and that is going to push the price of Bitcoin up enormously, which in turn, at some point, that money is going to spill over into Ethereum and other altcoins, which is going to raise the total market cap of cryptocurrencies into the trillions of dollars over the coming months and years, in my opinion. Okay, so Bitcoin assets hit 16 billion as institutional investment grows. We're seeing unprecedented interest from institutional investors as a result of the economic impact as well as Bitcoin's extraordinary performance. Korean crypto investment company launches a $120 million fund for blockchain projects. Okay, you can just see money is just going in and in. Grayscale Investment Trust, 16.4 billion in crypto assets under management, up from 13 billion a week ago. So they added $3.4 billion to their assets under management in a week. Okay, things are going nuts. You can see over here, crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Scaramucci's hedge fund buys $25 million worth of Bitcoin. You've seen the videos I've made on this recently. If you haven't, go and check them out on my channel. But literally, we're starting to see funds and companies buying tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin at a time. You can see here, Anthony Scaramucci's hedge fund has bought $25 million in Bitcoin. The recent push of institutional investment in Bitcoin influenced his decision. Scaramucci Skybridge launching a Bitcoin fund. Okay, filed documents with the US SEC Monday for what appears to be the first Bitcoin fund. This is a 9.2 billion asset manager. Okay, super, super big stuff. Traditional banks offer digital asset currency amid compliance legislation. So more and more traditional banks have started announcing support for digital assets as the price of Bitcoin continues to make headlines for record-breaking all-time highs. Even banks like JP Morgan Chase, which previously frowned upon Bitcoin, has taken a newfound interest in the cryptocurrency. MicroStrategy has bought an additional, you've seen this one, 29,646 Bitcoins. They have invested $1.125 billion at an average price of almost $16,000 into Bitcoin. Okay, what does that tell you about where they think Bitcoin is going? If they're willing to put over $1 billion into it at a price of 16,000 on average, right? Investment bank buys Bitcoin, says now it is part of the system. An investment bank with $3 billion in yearly revenue and some $50 billion in assets under management now holds Bitcoin in its long-only portfolio for pension funds. Guys, you can see this. This is insane. This is literally what we were talking about in 2017, what we wanted to happen. It is now happening, and it is just the beginning, because once it gets started, it's just going to create this waterfall effect for everyone else to jump on this train. And this time, it might not be retail FOMO. This time, it's institutional FOMO, all putting in tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And eventually, I think we're going to get that followed on the tail end with retail FOMO, because as Bitcoin keeps going up, you know, we're seeing it 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. And people are watching this and they're expecting it to drop. They're expecting it to collapse like back in 2017. And when it doesn't, and it just keeps on going, people are going to start buying Bitcoin. They're like, whoa, you know, 25,000, 30,000, 40,000. Oh, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin at 50,000. You know, I waited all this time. Obviously, don't do that. I think the opportunity is still in altcoins. Not financial advice, but I think the opportunity is there. So, 51 billion global investment firm Jefferies selling gold for Bitcoin. The top executive at Jefferies says the billion-dollar investment firm is cutting some gold from its portfolio in favor of Bitcoin. Gold is in 9 trillion, 8 trillion, 7 trillion, something like that market cap. what is going to happen if a tenth of that gets sold off in gold and starts flowing into Bitcoin? What happens when $1 trillion of real money flows into Bitcoin? What is that going to do? It's going to be absolutely nuts. And that is why we could very well end up seeing six-figure Bitcoin. I think we will in the coming months and years, right? See over here. A hedge fund is expected to hold about $1 billion in Bitcoin and Ether by early next year. This is the most interesting macro trade I've seen. Bitcoin will emerges with $1 billion. Alan Howard's backing, right? You can see what I'm showing you here. I've been showing this over the last weeks and months. This institutional investment is here. I think we're just getting started, and that means crypto is about to absolutely start mooning. JP Morgan discusses $600 billion in potential new Bitcoin demand. Mass Mutual Company bought $100 million in Bitcoin. This is starting, guys. What is going to happen? There's 21 million Bitcoin that there will ever be. There's a very limited supply, and there's a reason why each Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million Satoshis or sats. Soon, once the price of Bitcoin becomes too unaffordable, which already at $25,000, how many people can actually even afford one whole Bitcoin at this point in time, right? But imagine Bitcoin goes to $100,000 or $200,000. It's just not even going to be possible to talk in terms of whole Bitcoins anymore for most of the population. That is why they're going to be talking in Satoshis, in sats, right? And that is why each Bitcoin goes into 100 million Satoshis. So soon, you aren't going to be asking people how many Bitcoin do you own. You're going to be asking how many sats do you own? How many sats did you buy, right? So the potential for this is here. It's all being thought out. It's all being planned out. We're just waiting for the money to come in. And I think that's what's going to start happening, right? Another thing you've got to be aware of is Tether, stablecoin. There's over $20 billion sitting in Tether in a stablecoin. That was not the case back in 2017, okay? So there's a huge amount of money sitting in the crypto market in a stablecoin. What do you think is going to happen when that Tether money starts flowing into Bitcoin or into altcoins? $20 billion worth of real money. That's the equivalent of 20 billion US dollars, right? It is not market cap in the sense of that, it's just multiplied supply by price. This is actually supposed to be 20 billion one-to-one backed with US dollars. So if that starts flowing into Bitcoin and other altcoins, the price can go absolutely sky high. Even more stuff, 142 million. Paxos Inc. Series C with backers declaration partners. So more money being invested in infrastructure. Banca Generali leads $14 million in Italian crypto custody firm. Gemini is still expanding their infrastructure, supports the Singapore dollar, allowing more people to invest with different currencies in different jurisdictions. Bitcoin's even being advertised now, in the London tube over here. Bitcoin exchanges flood London's metro with adverts. So this is really looking like it's just planning to go mainstream, okay? Insanely bullish. Glassnode, so they're an analytics firm with all sorts of cool charts and data for Bitcoin and crypto. The CTO predicts Bitcoin price will rise 10x from here. That was on December 11th. And you can see he believes Bitcoin will comfortably charge at this six-figure price threshold in the future, and I agree with that sentiment. I don't know when. It could be next year, but it could take multiple years. But based on everything you're seeing here, just put two and two together, basically this is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. I just don't see it happening any other way. But obviously we'll only know for certain once it actually happens. But by that time, once it's happened, it's going to be too late. So that is the risk you take when getting in early. But just basically all the information is here, and I think it is just a very, very calculated bet, asymmetric upside. So whatever you put in, you can lose, but the upside is 30x, 50x, potentially 100x. So it is such an insane ROI reward that is, in my opinion, absolutely a bet worth taking. And I think everyone watching this right now should own at least some cryptocurrency. Now, of course, that is not financial advice. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. But even if you put in $100 or $1,000 or a couple $1,000, if that's money that you can afford to lose and it's not going to affect your rent or your mortgage or your retirement or your bills or anything like that, there's all sorts of ways to come up with a few $1,000s extra without digging into anything that you already have. You can work some jobs on the side, you can trade some time for more money, go and work a weekend job, take another job at night, a few hours, see if you can do any freelance work. You know, you might be able to do some article writing or video editing, whatever your expertise are, to be able to make extra money. Maybe you hold a little garage sale, you see what's lying around the house that you don't use anymore, old bicycles, skateboards, computers, TVs, whatever it is that you basically don't use anymore, and you sell that and you can put that money into crypto. That way you have absolutely zero risk. But imagine you have a coin that does 100x and you have $1,000 in that, right? That's an extra $100,000. Imagine you put 5 grand into crypto and that goes 100x. That is $500,000, right? Extra from a bet that you can get by selling some stuff or working some extra hours at almost no risk. It is absolutely a no-brainer bet for me personally. But once again, I can't tell you what to do. This is not financial advice, but just sharing my opinion with you on that. And yeah, I mean, plan B, you know, this $100 trillion. This guy has predicted the Bitcoin stock to flow model, where he's saying, you know, the next level is basically Bitcoin going to $100,000 per Bitcoin and more in the next few years. Now, obviously, it's not a guarantee, but so far the cycle has performed. This model has performed. We're right on track for that continuing to happen. We just hit $25,000, so we're a quarter of the way there. And with everything that I've just shown you with this institutional investment, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars flowing into Bitcoin and the crypto market, I think it's just a matter of time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, turn that thumbs up blue, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's completely free. Hit that notification bell so you do get future updates, and leave a comment with your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, the way I see it, there's only one way, and that is for crypto to go way, way bigger over the coming months and years. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, I'm still running my lifetime access special offer on intelligent cryptocurrency until the end of this year. So until midnight Eastern time, 31st of December 2020, you'll be able to join for a one-time fee, have no future renewals ever, no upsells, no future payments. Once you're in, you get access to everything that I will create in future, all the future newsletters, the updates, everything you will have access to without future cost, completely backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so you have no risk. Even you sign up right now and you end up not being happy in a month from now, let me know. It ends up not being for you, you get your money back in full. But if you do wait until after December 31st, you're gonna have to pay at least $997 per year. Like I said, this is the last time I'm holding this until at least the end of 2021, if I'm even gonna do that, because by that time, hopefully I'm right and crypto will have boomed, and at that point, you know, hopefully all of us watching have made a ton of money. But it is so important to be part of a community and to have that guidance and support, and to see what other people are doing, what are they buying, to have access to the research, to have access to getting your questions answered. You know, if you have a tech question about a wallet, or if you're considering something and you don't know if it's a scam or not, you just simply post a chat in the Discord groups and ask other members or ask me to look at it and say, hey, what do you think? Is this a scam? You know, is it too good to be true or whatever? And you get that feedback. That alone can be worth the cost of the membership and save you a huge amount. So, you know, hopefully I'll see you inside Intelligent Cryptocurrency. I would love to be here to help guide you and help you succeed as much as possible over the coming months and years. And, you know, it's all available. So intelligentcryptocurrency.com. Check out the reviews, check out the testimonials of members in there already, and all the details of what you get in the program, the newsletter, the courses, the Discord chat group, all of that is on the page, and you'll be able to sign up, like I said, for a one-time payment. There's also a 2-pay plan available. So check that out, completely covered by a 60-day money-back guarantee. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I'll see you inside Intelligent Cryptocurrency, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.